The next person we're going to call on is Gregory Myers, who's the head of USAID's land tenure unit, but also significantly chair of the FAO's working group on the voluntary guidelines for land tenure. And he has got another PowerPoint, but he's not going to be as long as Klaus.
No. I speak after Klaus frequently.
It is a disadvantage, I've done it before, yeah.
Sometimes it's an advantage as well. Klaus speaks so fast.
Yeah.
I can actually take a few minutes to talk a little more slowly. Okay, I'm not speaking on behalf of working as the chair of the working group on the voluntary guidelines. Today I'm actually speaking on behalf of USAID, which is my normal full-time job. So I'd like to put this in a little bit of context when I talk about what USAID is doing with regard to land governance. Let me just say a little bit of background. I think I can do all this in less than 5 minutes. Currently, the U.S. government is investing about $3.5 billion in food security worldwide. Last year, we invested $134 million in climate change strategies and about $205 million in biodiversity protection. Actually do this correctly.
Slideshow at the top.
Thanks, Klaus.
You could use this. Use this one.
Maybe you need some technical expertise from GSM.
It's all about
I feel a little bit like the Three Stooges. Okay, so with regard to our Feed the Future program, that's the program that we're investing the $3.5 billion in. It focuses on smallholder producers, not large-scale agricultural investment, contrary to what some people think. It also focuses on pastoral communities, and more specifically, it focuses on women agricultural producers. For us, for any of these programs to really achieve, we realize that resource governance is a key factor. And in fact, when we aren't focusing on resource governance issues, land tenure, property rights, etc., we realize that we're not going to achieve our investments in food security, climate change, and biodiversity protection. So for us, good land governance is nuanced to the exact situation for the country that you're talking about. It's evidence-based. It allows for the recognition of multiple tenure niches and property rights systems, including customary, statutory, and religious. It allows also for public-private partnerships. We think that they are not only needed, but desirable if governance is addressed first. Our approach is a rights-based approach. We largely tend to recognize de facto rights, which exist on the ground. We invest a lot of our resources in policy and legal reform. We also invest resources in building institutions, statutory, customary, hybrid institutions. We also focus on administrative and judicial structures. We'd like to create opportunities for market and financial access by and for smallholder producers. And we'd like to create economic opportunities or links between the resource owners, again, smallholder producers, and private sector investment. Just very quickly, we have maybe 30 programs going worldwide focused on land tenure and property rights work. In Africa, there are about 20 at the moment. Just really quickly, there's one in Liberia that's focused on land policy. In Central African Republic, we're developing land demarcation for small artisanal diamond miners. In Mali, it's a community demarcation program. In Ethiopia, it focuses on land certification for smallholder producers. In Kenya, we're working on the land policy and community land demarcation. In Sudan, we just finished developing a new land policy with collaboration with the government and based upon a very iterative community-led approach. In Rwanda as well, it's a land policy and dispute resolution activity. Burundi, it's a land law program. And in Uganda as well, it's a land law and policy program. So, I think this is my last slide, Ian. So 2 additional things I just want to mention here is USAID is supporting the development of the voluntary guidelines, and we're also working with the bank and other institutions to find ways to create guidelines for linking private sector investors to smallholder producers. in the countries where we're working. And what that means for us is not that we're favoring large-scale agricultural investments, but we are favoring investment that does link agriculture producers with external investment. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.